Chapter 8, Peace and Security. Chapter 8 shall cover two sections, the peace process and national security. The government will implement strategies to ensure that peace and security issues are addressed towards a more secure and progressive nation. These strategies will be responsive and complementary to the country's poverty reduction, economic growth, and governance reforms programs. On the section on peace, the entire peace process is anchored on the national security policy and plan of the government. The overall goal of winning the peace is for government to provide a permanent and just closure to all armed conflicts achieved through peaceful means. There are two tracks: the political negotiated settlement of armed conflict and addressing the root causes of armed conflict and other issues that affect the peace process. In pursuing the identified goal and objectives, the following strategies and programs shall be carried out. On negotiating a political settlement of all armed conflicts, the following are involved. 1. Resumption and completion of negotiations with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, MILF, and the Communist Party of the Philippines, CPP, New People's Army, NPA, National Democratic Front, NDF. Number 2, completion of implementation of signed final peace agreements with the Moro National Liberation Front, MNLF, and the Cordillera People's Liberation Army, CPLA. 3. Closure of the peace tracks with the Revolusionaryong Partido ng Manggagawa, Pilipinas, RPMP, Revolutionary Proletariat Army, RPA, and Alex Bongcayao Brigade, ABB. 4. Final disposition and demobilization of forces. And 5. Establishment of mechanisms towards a participatory and accountable peace process. Second, through the implementation of the Payapa at Masaganang Pamayanan or PAMANA, conflict-affected areas will be transformed to peace-building and empowered communities with improved access to basic services and livelihood, and fully integrated in the socio-economic and political mainstream. PAMANA aims to 1. Reduce poverty and vulnerability in conflict-affected areas. 2. Improve governance. And 3. Empower communities and strengthen their capacity to address issues of conflict and peace through activities that promote social cohesion. For 2011 to 2016, PAMANA will be targeting to cover over 5,000 barangays that will engage community resources for peace building. The administration shall work toward the passage of legislation to achieve the following outcomes, among others. 1. Amendment of the Organic Act for the ARMM to ensure full implementation of the GRP-MNLF Final Peace Agreement. 2. Strengthening of child protection in armed conflict situation. And 3. Protection of human rights and human security of persons in conflict-affected areas. The administration shall undertake national security efforts to ensure that the Filipino national community's welfare, well-being, way of life, institutions, territorial integrity, and sovereignty are enhanced and protected. In particular, the following objectives shall be pursued. 1. Internal socio-political stability, and 2. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of the state. To sustain internal socio-political stability, the following strategies shall be pursued. 1. Winning the hearts and minds of those with valid grievances and retaining the allegiance of the rest. 2. Strengthening the integrity of national institutions and promoting good governance, including security sector reforms. Under this, we need to pursue reforms in the security sector and strengthen internal security system. And 3. Promoting the peace process as the centerpiece of the internal security program. To ensure the protection of the national sovereignty and territorial integrity of the state, the following strategies shall be undertaken. 1. Promotion of external harmonious relationships. 2. Adoption of mechanisms in the regional and global setting in building confidence and promoting healthy consultations and interactions to address territorial disputes. 3. Pursuit of regional cooperation in various areas in promoting friendly and peaceful bilateral relations with the ASEAN nations in cooperation with international and multilateral institutions. And 4. Development of defense capability to protect the national sovereignty and strategic maritime interests.